Boom shakalaka. What is up, guys? Randall here with Crypto Love, and I am here with my main man, Dean from VDT. Today, we're going to be talking about VDT. What's up, Dean?
Hi, man. What's up? How you doing?
Oh, just chilling, having a good time here at NEOTALK DevCon. Thank you, Neo, for having DevCon. Thank you, Moonlight, for our accommodations, and thank you, viewers, for watching. Now, Dean,
Yeah.
what's up with VDT?
Yeah. Well, you have a few hours, or?
I think we're good for like an hour,
Okay.
4 hours, something like that.
Okay. I'll make it. I'll keep it short. It's a decentralized render farm. And it's being built on Neo with smart contracts.
Awesome. So what does that mean for people who don't know what decentralized render farm means?
All right. So rendering is basically the process when a computer turns a working project, like an After Effects project or a Maya 3D project or animation, into a viewable end result. So the thing that you end up watching on YouTube, maybe a 3D animation or whatever, you know, music visualizer, that is the result of rendering. So then the decentralized render farm, which is VDT Network, allows for cheaper, faster rendering in a decentralized manner, making payments easier, making finding new render farms to connect to easier, and you know, all that good stuff.
Awesome. That sounds really good. Now, so you mentioned that it's decentralized. Reminds me of, and computationally intensive, reminds me of a few other projects that people might know, like Golem and Sonam. How is VDT better?
All right, so Golem and Sonam are platforms, basically, and VDT is a protocol. So that entails that when you have a protocol, it can connect to other platforms, such as Golem and Sonam as well, and it can pick up those render tasks as well, or it can pass render tasks to Golem and Sonam. So it kind of interconnects with each other, and then also render nodes, machines that render content, can connect with VDT Network next to running Golem to pick up more jobs. So it's basically beneficial for render nodes and for the whole render economy.
Very cool. Now, is this something that's going to be used for large businesses like Pixar doing their rendering, or is it going to be for smaller individuals?
Well, that's the cool thing about VDT Network. It's like a set of APIs that connect to the VDT Network smart contracts. We'll offer like APIs, frameworks, tools, and all that stuff. So it can be connected to private enterprise applications, but also to smaller scale applications. So basically, it can scale to any way you want. And then when you have Pixar, which will be a client, any client, and that could be a user, a musician, or a company, they can connect to applications. And those applications connect to VDT Network, but the client, the end users, they don't have to know, you know, what's going on behind the screens. They're using an application just like any other. So, and I think that's a good thing about blockchain applications and modern applications. You have the end user doesn't need to know they're connecting to a blockchain. You know, they don't need to know that. They just want their content rendered. Yeah. So that's basically, you know, how it would work with VDT Network.
Cool. Now, you've previously had a success with Click.dj.
Right.
How would you say that success impacts your progress moving forward?
Right. So for the people at home who don't know, ClickDJ is a music marketing application, and it's pretty popular on the internet. It's one of the world's biggest music marketing applications, and so I've been in the music industry and the music marketing industry for a while. And then my co-founder of Vidiato, a different application, I co-founded that with Itman Yildiz. He is the co-founder of Trap City, which is one of the world's biggest YouTube channels for music. It's a music
How big is that YouTube channel, just for people watching?
It's about 10 million subscribers. Yeah.
I'm working my way there. 10 million subscribers.
There you go.
Just click the subscribe
You're there
button
first.
if you
Yeah.
could.
Subscribe. Yeah. And like and comment as well. Follow Dean Press while you're at it on Twitter.
Oh yeah. How do they find out
plug.
about you, VDT, everything?
Okay, so Twitter is VDT_network, and then I am Dean Press on Twitter. So there you go. And then you can also go to VDT.network in your browser, and there you can sign up to the mailing list and join the Telegram channel, and you know, be a part of the community. Anyway, your question was, oh yeah, ClickDJ. Yeah. So we founded a new website, which is a new application called Vidiato. If you're familiar with Silicon Valley, that's kind of where we got inspiration for the name, like Aviato. You know, and
yeah, Silicon Valley, awesome.
Right, so we're like, what's a good name for video running? Oh, Vidiato, you know, it just rolls off the tongue. Right.
That's awesome.
So
do you have to go on a spiritual journey to find that name?
I cannot comment on that. Okay, so Vidiato is an application that music channels like Trap City and Trap Nation can connect to. and they can connect their YouTube channel to it. And instead of having to render their content manually for hours and hours and you know, do the whole process and finding a background, changing the titles, entering the details, all that stuff, you just drag your song into VDT Network and it shows you a library of backgrounds. You can just add it, crop it, edit it any way you want, but basically just drag and drop. You click something and within a few minutes it's going to be on your YouTube channel as opposed to 5 hours of rendering. So that's Videato. And then and that was related to the music industry, right? So then with Videato we ran into a problem, and that problem was that the licensing models for the software that we use in our backend changed their models from 1 license per server to 1 license per 4 cores per server. Okay. Now, render farms generally, they don't, you know, run on 4 cores. Rendering machines, they run on like 64 cores, like our servers.
Gotcha.
So instead of paying 1 license per server, suddenly we're paying 8 licenses per server. And that goes per minute. So that was a big increase in our costs. So we were already into blockchain development and all that stuff, and especially Neo. And excuse me. And we decided, or we realized that this is something that a decentralized solution would solve. So, and there wasn't anything like that for us, so we decided to build it for ourselves. So our application Videato, which is a music application, which basically makes the whole rendering industry easier for music, now will connect to a decentralized protocol, which will solve our existing issues with our cloud services. So that's how the whole thing interconnects. It's one big decentralized web.
Dude, I love how you came up with the name. That's freaking awesome. Now, so you're talking today. You haven't spoken yet at NEOTALK, but
NEOTALK. Yeah.
Anything you're
2018.
2018. Make sure this is NEOTALK 1. Make sure you come to NEOTALK
2.
Yeah, if it
2019
when it
maybe.
happens. Yeah. When are you going to be telling people out there anything that you want everybody watching at home to know?
All right. Well, something which is some new information, which I'll be telling on stage, is that VDT Network will connect with digital identity. So the parties, the render nodes, render farms, and clients can connect with each other using digital identity, so they can validate the quality and service and stuff like that, and reputation. So they're able to connect with the people who can give the best results. You know, and so that solves a lot of the issues, such as when there's a dispute, when the rendered content is not correct or something, then there will be a dispute, there will be a problem, and that would result in having to verify, you know, who's right and who's wrong, and you know, should there be a punishment and all that stuff. Now that those things can happen off chain, which takes a whole load of verification processes and stuff like that. So it's going to be cheaper and faster and just more convenient in that way. So that is one of the things I'll be talking about.
Very cool. I'm sure everybody at home is excited for that. So should we keep going? Should we pass it on? I don't know how this works. First time, guys. First time. I'll get better as I go. I promise by the end of the day, I'm going to have this down pat.
You're doing fine, man.
Yeah. Anything else you want to mention?
Yeah, well, you have my Twitter, DeanPress, and VDT_network on Twitter as well. Join the Telegram, join the newsletter, and yeah, that's gonna be that's it. Yeah.
Cool. Also, subscribe to Crypto Love, trying to get to 10 million subscribers.
10 million subscribers. Yeah.
Dude, it was a pleasure. A lot of fun. My
Thank
pleasure.
you, man.
And then, guys, we have YLGV with Z-Pin coming up next.